was cash earned or accrued.
Yes,
And what did you say?
it was on accrual basis.
Yes, so that's what I'm trying to bring out clearly, that 722 was not cash available to be distributed to FIF. Why is your team so defensive, even when you're trying to help them to get clarity? But what we need now to establish is, out of 722, what was the actual cash that was available for disbursement to the facilities? Was it 416 or 425?
425.
Auditor General?
Thank you, Chair. In real sense, the swiping of the cash to CRF is not supposed to be there. The hospitals are supposed to retain the funds that they collect. So that is the issue here. Thank you.
No, I think the question is slightly technical, that you've accrued your revenue at 700, but you've realized only 425. What should the Senate be demanding should be utilized by the hospitals? Is it the accrued revenue or the actual revenue?
Actual revenue.
Actual revenue.
Yes.
Fine. So, honorable members, will take the written responses. And now that we are on accrual, some of these things will keep coming up. And I think we understand the challenges you go through. When you come here, not every question is a trap. Maybe some questions are meant to help improve systems. Any other business? Unless there is any other business, I will ask the governor to make his closing remarks, and we'll donate our time to Senator Wambua to make closing remarks on our behalf. Let's start with the governor.
Chair, I want to take this opportunity to thank you and the members of the Senate and the other institutions which are represented here, including the Auditor General Office officers for the engagement and we have had and the advice which you've given us. It is improvement. You can see in the case of hospitals, we are reporting complete, operationalized, you know, while previously it was different. So we take your advice seriously. And when we go back, even before we hear the advisory from you, we'll go through what we've been requested by the Senate to do to improve service delivery in Kitui. Thank you very much.
Very well. Senator Wambua, on our behalf, closing remarks.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, I also want to take this opportunity to thank the governor and the team from the county government of Kitui, including members of the County Assembly for their time and cooperation. Governor, one thing I must say about particularly your involvement with the Senate is that you have tried to be very consistent. Every time that the Senate has asked you to come, in most cases, you would find time to come and confront the issues. And I think that is the spirit that we want. We have seen, and I'm not going to be mentioning names, but we have seen governors who are in office today who have problems appearing before our Senate committees, and that can only complicate things for themselves and the counties that they lead. This is not a place for people to come and fight. It's a place for work to be done. It's an exchange of ideas. By the time you are leaving a Senate committee, you are wiser. By the time we are leaving here, even ourselves, because you know there's always a difference between theory and practice. Theory and where the rubber really meets the road. So when we have these engagements, both parties benefit. Specifically, Governor and your team on the matter of sand harvesting. And you know this is a matter that is at the heart of every person in Kitui County. Let us all do what we have to do. Really, do what we have to do, because unfortunately, our county seems to be turning into a desert in our time when we are watching. There are things we can do, there are things we can never allow to continue happening in that county in respect of that sand harvesting. Forget the revenues that we realize from the sand. Let's also be concerned about the conservation and the environment now and into the future. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Senator Wambua. I pray and hope that in a few years, you'll be sitting where the governor is sitting. I also pray and hope that when you are sitting there, I will not be sitting here because I will be on the opposition, on the government side, on the government side in the Senate. I've been in opposition for far too long.
Correct.
So,
Chair, from your mouth to God's ears.
yes.
Chair, on a lighter note, is the governor supporting Wambua for governor?
It is at that point that the meeting was adjourned. This meeting is adjourned. We shall take a very short break, about 3 minutes, to allow the delegation from Kitui to exit and for the other delegation to come in. So the meeting is adjourned. We wish you a safe journey home.
My name is Edith Kanata from the National Treasury.
We have apologies from the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya. I think we've taken note. We have the EACC present. Of late, they've been just hovering around, but I know they're following the conversation. Did we get the county, did we invite the County Assembly of Kitui?
Yes, Chair, we did. We have the chairman here leading a delegation of 8.
A great Chairman, County Assembly Public Accounts Committee. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Gabriel Monyao, Chairman, Public Accounts Committee, County Assembly of Kitui.
Thank you, Chair. I'm David Masap Munyo, member. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Mary Ndumbu, member of the committee and the Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Jeremiah Mutua, a member to this committee.
My name is Joseph Kimote, clerk attached to this committee.
Chair, I'm Jacob Kimanzi, committee clerk.
That's it for the Assembly delegation?
Yes, Chair.
Fine, you are welcome. We are happy that you are here.
Thank you.
Governor, Kitui County, please go on record.
Chair, members, my name is Julius Malombe. I'm the governor for Kitui.
Your delegation can also introduce themselves.
Yeah.
Honorable Chair, Senators, through you, Your Excellency, I am Peter Kilonzo, the County Minister in charge of Finance.
Honorable Chair, and all protocol observed, my name is Ruth Koki. I'm the CCM for Health and Sanitation, Kitui County. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is John Macau, Chief Officer, Finance, Revenue Management, and Accounting. Thank you.
Chair and the members, good afternoon. My name is Peter Itonga. I'm CC member for Water and Irrigation.
Through the chair, I'm Rosalie Munyasia, Deputy Director Revenue.
Chair, I'm Lynn Kitwan, the Chief Officer, Public Health and Sanitation.
Through the chair, my name is Agri Kamba, Chief Officer in charge of drugs and medical supplies.
Through the chair, my name is Dr. Benson Musyoka. I'm the Chief Officer for Medical Services.
Through the Honorable Chair, I'm Dr. John Mongai, Medical Superintendent, Kitui County Referral Hospital. Thank you.
Through the chair, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Florence Makindi, the chairperson, Kitui County Public Service Board.
Through the Honorable Chair, my name is Wilfred Gesumutua, Acting Board Secretary. Thank you.
Through the chair, good afternoon. My name is Tom Ojwang, Deputy Director, Human Resource Management.
Through the chair, my name is Timothy Chalo, the County Attorney. Thank you.
Through the chair, my name is Joel Muyanga, Accountant General.
We are done with the delegation from Kitui. You are welcome. And we also welcome the media who are partnering with us to broadcast our proceedings. We go to the next order, which is administration of oath.
I, Julius Malombe, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Next, you'll table your management responses.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I hereby table the following documents before the committee. 1, management responses and accompanying annexures on the report of the Auditor General on County Executive for Kitui for the year 2024-2025. 2, management responses and accompanying annexures on the report of the Auditor General on the receiver of revenue statements for the County Executive of Kitui for the financial year 2024-2025. 3, management responses and accompanying annexures on the report of the Auditor General on the County Revenue Fund for the County Executive of Kitui for the financial year 2024-2025. Thank you.
Auditor General, could you confirm that you have reviewed the documents that have been tabled, they were sent in good time, and you are able to proceed?
Thank you, Chair. I confirm that received the responses in time. We've verified the responses and we had a meeting with the client and we can proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Clerk of the Senate?
Chair, I do confirm that we received the responses on time.
Fine. So unless there is any preliminary matter, Governor, I noted that the on receiver of revenue is a deputy who introduced themselves. Is a receiver of revenue, the designated receiver of revenue present?
Yes, the designated receiver of revenue is the CEO of Finance and is here. Can you confirm? You are the designated. Is here, Mr. Chairman.
What's your name again?
My name is John Macau.
So you are the county receiver of revenue?
Yes, Chair.
Again, on HR, do you have the HR director?
We don't have the HR director, but we have the chair, County Public Service Board, and the secretary, acting secretary.
Someone introduced themselves as deputy director. So I'm wondering why deputy director, not the director, HR?
and the Deputy Human Resource Director is here.
What happened to the Human Resource Director? Because this is a regulated profession, just like accountancy, just like law, just like procurement. Why don't we have the substantive director? Because there are HR issues here where we might need to hold someone professionally accountable.
I request my minister, who was coordinating this, to explain, but they are committed on another official matter.
Yes, Chair. The director is supposed to be with us, but they had a matter which they had to record with the ESCC today, and she was also supposed to appear in person.
So the HR director is under investigation? Because if they're going to ESCC, that means, are they the ones being investigated or they're witnesses in a matter?
Chair, I can't ascertain whether she's being investigated or it was a statement to be recorded.
Okay, Chair, Audit Committee, or any member of the Audit Committee present in the delegation?
No, I don't think we have any.
Yeah, because if you're coming for an audit exercise and you have an audit committee you have set up in the county, this is the time that the two must come together. Internal auditor? Is your internal auditor here?
Honorable Chair, the internal auditor also is not here. The reason is that he had to remain behind to coordinate another matter, which we are appearing here next Tuesday. And in my own wisdom, I thought he's the better placed person to coordinate the PIC responses, which they are supposed to appear to the hub tomorrow, Chair. That is the only reason why the Director, Internal Audit, is not with us today.
I think let's make ourselves clear that when you're coming for this particular exercise, you have an audit committee that you have established. You have an audit charter that it has approved. You must be accompanied by the chair or someone from the audit committee. And the audit committee and internal audit work together because the external auditors sometimes rely on the work of internal auditors. And this committee also sometimes wants to draw on the work of internal auditors to get the assurance that controls are effective. I've taken note that the chair of the County Public Service Board is here, which is okay, but the director HR should also be here because they have a professional responsibility. Did I hear County Secretary? County Secretary?
No, we don't have County Secretary.
Well,
we would have brought, Mr. Chairman, we brought people as per the issues which were raised by the Auditor General.
Governor, there are HR issues here. Who's the head of the County Public Service?
Pardon?
Who is the head of the County Public Service?
Yes, it's the County Secretary.
Yeah, so wasn't it relevant?
No, you have the CEO who is a governor and is here.
So you'd be able to...
yes.
Okay, fine. Then, if that is the case...
The buck stops at my door.
Then we'll not allow you to refer to your officers, because that's what some governments do.
For the officers are brought, I'll refer. For issues where there is no officer, I'll deal with it.
Governor, this is an uncontentious issue. What I'm trying to tell you is that for you to make the most optimal use of this opportunity, there are some people who you need to come with. Not your entire cabinet. The head of the County Public Service, the head of audit, the internal auditor, the HR director, the county attorney, I've seen the county attorneys here, the receiver of revenue, those at a minimum should appear because the audit issues touch on their respective domains. And head of procurement as well, because procurement is also another regulated profession. So if you want us to write that in our letters, we shall do so. But I would have thought that it's something you would have thought through. So it is not a matter that should ignite debate. I think I'm just making an observation to allow us to go into the substantive issues. Honorable members, is there any other preliminary observation, or we can go straight to the issues before us? Fine. So before we interrogate the report, I want to call upon the chair of the Public Accounts Committee. That's Honorable Munyao, I believe. Honorable Munyao, could you let us know whether your committee has considered this report, debated it, made recommendations which have been adopted?
Thank you, Chair. The audit report that we are derogating today, Chair, has not been committed before the Assembly because the time it was to be committed, we were out on the recess. And we are expecting that once we get back to the Assembly next week on 9, the report will be committed, and we have we are prepared. I'll be going out. We'll be calling out the members, the CCM, and the members mentioned to be able to respond to the queries.
Okay, I would like to request the senator, your senator, Senator Wambua, that you could advise the County Assembly in terms of amendment to their standing orders to do what we did as a Senate, so that when the reports are made available by the Auditor General, they are automatically committed to the relevant committees. Even as we have not had a plenary sitting since we broke for recess in December, but we amended our standing orders to allow this committee to continue doing its work. Senator Wambua?
Thank you, Chair. And the chair of the County Assembly Park is actually my MCR. So it's my pleasure to advise him. Through the chair, you realize that things have really changed in terms of processing audit reports for both the assemblies and Parliament. So what we have done as a Senate is that we pushed a motion through the Senate that once the reports are received from the Auditor General, they are assumed to have been committed to the committee. So that we don't have to wait until February 9th when we resume, we start getting the reports and begin working on them. So I think it would be wise for you, because there is a constitutional deadline of 31st of March. You should have considered the auditor's report. It would have made this work a lot easier for us if you had looked at the documents, then where you are okay, you would have just passed it. But going forward, I think that's one thing you may want to consider to do. I thank you, Chair.
Fine. So your clerk can also be in touch with our clerk so that you get the details of the amendments, the standing orders. It would have been very nice if you had already considered this report, because you would have just looked at your recommendations. You would not have subjected the governor to questioning on the same issue twice. But we hope that in the next 2-3 years, we can have a situation where the County Assembly first looks at the reports before the Senate looks at the reports. Now we'll have to go into the report as per our constitutional mandate. And Auditor General, we will start with the receiver of revenue and dispense with it, and then come back to the report on the executive. So members, let's start with the report on receiver of revenue for the year ended 30th June 2025. And since we have already received a brief from the Auditor General, there are questions where you could take your written responses so that we don't have to waste a lot of time. But there'll also be some broad observations that we will be making. OAG, what was your opinion on the ROR?
Thank you, Chair. For the ROR, we only had one issue that was a qualification. That was on the long outstanding receivables from non-exchange transactions. That was the only qualification issue.
So then, as we had looked at the issues previously, to avoid repeating what has already been addressed, I think let's go to the statement of revenue and disbursements for the year ended 30th June 2025 in the Receiver of Revenues report. Governor, what was your total on-source revenue for that financial year?
It was 985. 895 million.
895. 895?
Yes.
That differs from the numbers that we have.
What numbers do you have?
996. So can we establish as a matter of fact what your OSR was? Because I am looking at the original audit certificate, which has your financial statements.
Yeah. Sorry, Chairman, I think there was a revision from 895 to 996. But let me invite...
So again, with the confidence you had of the CEO, what was your OSR for that legal? What is the procedure when a witness fails to appear?
Through the Chair, Section 18 of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act states that Section 1, a Parliament or its committees may invite or summon any person to appear before it for purpose of giving evidence or providing information, paper, book, record, or document in the possession or under the control of that person, and in this respect, Parliament and its committee shall have the same powers as the High Courts as specified under Article 125 of the Constitution. Furthermore, as per Section 23 of the same Act, Section 10.3.1 states that no public officer shall refuse to produce before Parliament or a committee any paper, book, or record or document, or give evidence before Parliament or a committee relating to the correspondence of any national security organs as set out as under Article 239 of the Constitution, or any independent commission set out under Article 248 of the Constitution, or any public office as defined under Article 260 of the Constitution. As subsection 2, any public officer who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offence.
So, if a witness invited fails to appear, the logical sequence is to issue summons.
Yes, Chair.
And if they fail to honor the summons, we have the option of imposing a fine or asking the Inspector General of Police to produce the witness.
Yes, Chair. Furthermore, given the said witness is a public officer, as per Section 23, if they fail to produce the evidence that is required of them, that would also constitute an additional offence.
So beyond talking to the IG of police, we can also talk to the DPP.
Yes, Chair.
Fine. So I think that's a legal basis. Let's not debate with an empty chair, but let me hear from Senator Wambua and Senator Maruma, and maybe the local content from Senator Mofaya before we give directives.
Chair, I'll be very interested in hearing the local content. But before we get there, allow me to make just 2 or 3 observations. One, Chair, the governor of Tharaka Nithi, as is the case with all the governors in this country, is the custodian of the resources of the people of Tharaka Nithi. When we are doing disbursements to Tharaka Nithi, the governor is normally very happy that money is coming in to serve the people. I don't know what the problem is with just telling the people of Tharaka Nithi through the Senate how the money received has been utilized. For me, I would expect that to be the easiest thing to do. I don't know why that seems to be a problem with the governor. Secondly, Chair, it will be remembered, and let this go on record, that Tharaka Nithi is actually one of the 12 counties that the Senate, in its own wisdom, invoked the provisions of Article 203 of the Constitution on the use of affirmative action to determine the basis of sharing revenues with counties. And I remember the area senator was very active in that movement. You, as truly chair, brokered that truce and introduced an amendment to the CRA proposal that other counties in this country actually donated money to 12 counties, and Tharaka Nithi is one of the counties to which we donated money. It is disrespectful that the institution that did such a wonderful thing would be disrespected in this way by the governor of Tharaka Nithi. Chair, when I look at the report and I say, as you have directed, we cannot debate with an empty chair. But there are issues here that the people of Tharaka Nithi would have wanted to hear how we resolve. You know, there are issues of long outstanding trade and other payables. That is what people call pending bills. A figure there of over 800 million Kenya shillings. There is failure to retain facilities improvement funds at the hospitals. The figure there of 293 million Kenya shillings. Chair, there is also unexplained voided transactions totaling to over 400 million Kenya shillings. These are issues that perhaps the governor would have shed light on and help the people of Tharaka Nithi to understand that there is value for money in the operations of their county. I'm disappointed, Chair, that the governor is not here, and so I think we've been guided properly by the legal counsel. Let's summon our issue. I thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Just as you indicated, it is very unprecedented to have a governor who is supposed to attend not attending. When a governor is not attending, normally they write letters indicating that they want to seek for postponement. But for this particular case, the governor was around. He was seen in the corridors. I don't know what made him disappear from the corridors. I don't know why he didn't wait for the time of the meeting to come and answer to the questions that have been raised by the Auditor General. As Senator Wambua has rightly stated, that when we were fighting for the small counties to get an affirmative action fund, Tharaka Nithi was one of the beneficiaries who got approximately 400 million, which will run for 5 years. That's about 2 billion. You cannot get that type of money and expect that to not come here to answer to how you spend that money. So I think it's very unfortunate. What the governor has done is very, very unfortunate. It should be condemned with the strongest terms possible. And I agree that let the governor be summoned at the appropriate time to come and answer to these queries. For example, we are saying that Article 125 of the Constitution and Section Powers and Privileges Act is very clear that any client called here, any witness should come. He has flouted that law. But also, if you look at the ROR, the receiver of revenue, the governor for the Tharaka Nithi is not following the law. What the auditor flagged is that there is failure to operationalize a law on FIF that was enacted in 2023. And the hospitals are not collecting the money. This money is going to the CRF account. He should come here and tell us why he is not respecting the laws that these houses pass, the Houses of Parliament. And it's not worth the chair that he was a parliamentarian. He was a member of the National Assembly. I heard when Senator Wambua was doing closing remarks that we learn a lot when we engage also with the governors, and that Senate is a very good training ground for those who want to be governors. Maybe the governor missed that opportunity to serve in this Senate and to learn. That's why a law as important as FIF has not been enacted by the Rakanidi. So I agree with you that let us do a summons as early as it is possible. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I don't know whether Senator...
The chair chooses to remain on committee.
Fine. I think let's be guided by what the law says. We have made comments coming from the financial statements that indicate to financial mismanagement in Tharaka Nithi. But it is only fair to afford the governor an opportunity to come and defend himself. Because if
Chair, sorry, what did the area senator say? I didn't get, sorry. And then number two, on a point of information as he responds, I wanted to say that it is embarrassing because the chair at the Council of Governors in charge of health is the governor of Tharaka, who is not operationalizing facility improvements act, which should the issues of health. I wanted just to inform
and that's more the reason why we need to have the governor appear before the Senate to clear the air on these things. Because the Senate is a powerful institution. Parliament is a powerful house. If we say some things with finality, as they are in the report of the Auditor General, there are things that could have consequences of a criminal nature, consequences of professional nature, consequences of a political nature. So I think it is in the best interest of the governor to appear before the Senate and to clear the issues that have been raised by the Auditor General, the issues that the senators have raised, and it is an obligation on the part of the governor. We are not pleading with him because the Constitution has already directed him that he must be accountable to the people directly and through institutions like the Senate. And so...
Chair, before you rule, because I can see you want to rule, allow me, Chair, to give unsolicited and free advice to the area senator. What he decides to do with this is a decision that we must respect. You know, Article 196 gives my colleague, my brother, the responsibility to protect the interests of the people of the Tharaka Nithi and their government. On a matter as this, my brother Senator, and I say this free and solicited advice.
Senator Abua, we shall advise each other in the chamber.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm guided.
We'll do a conference so that we can advise each other.
I'm guided.
The area senator was looking excited and eager to get the advice. You can even feel from the laughter and excitement.
No.
I should have sought to know whether I wanted that kind of advice.
Yeah, because
I have sat here for 3 years.
Even point of information.
Even the governors have been appearing before this committee before. So we are not supposed to cast aspersions. I think I want to agree with what the chair just said.
Okay.
The government is given a chance to appear before the committee and answer questions.
Senator Gatang?
No, I am saying I didn't invite Wambua to advise me, which is, Wanjua is a good guy. And, the governor has been appearing before this committee before. Actually, all the invitations he has been able to...
but that is wrong.
No, let's not have those changes. I just want to buy what the chair just
Let us allow Senator Gattai to express himself also.
Senator Cherargei, you have an issue with your county. You have an issue with your county, right?
Let Senator
And I don't want us to go that route. The chair just ruled that the governor has been appearing, right? And I think we should give him a chance to come and answer questions that pertain to the audit. As simple as that. So I don't want to cast aspersions. I think I agree with the chair that some of these allegations maybe can be around the political issues and so forth. So I mean that we mean not a non-committal to that effect.
Fine. I like the spirit, the team spirit, and everyone being the brother's keeper in this. So we will not cast aspersions on any party. We expect the governor to appear before the Senate, but we have said it is not optional, it is mandatory. We sent invitations and we made it clear that due to the strict constitutional timelines that we are operating under, we are not going to tolerate absenteeism like this or request for postponement on grounds that are not justifiable. The auditors have been here patiently waiting for their turn to prosecute, and we would have hoped that we would have proceeded. In any case, Parliament sits all the way up to 6:30. And so there is no reason for anybody to abscond or to run away or to cite limitations of time, because we are here, we are available, the auditor is present, the National Treasury, the control of budget. I even applaud the media for staying up this late. What the governor has done is unacceptable, and it must be brought before this committee to explain that kind of conduct. The next appearance will not be a polite invitation. It will be summons. We have read the provisions of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, and we will have to compel his appearance before this Senate on a date and time that will be specified. But for the people of Tharaka Nithi, we assure you that we will interrogate every issue of financial mismanagement that has been cited by the Office of the Auditor General. And if we find that we are in agreement with the Auditor General, which most of the times we are in agreement because they are the ones who have done the audit, we shall recommend the stiffest penalties, or we shall recommend investigation and prosecution in line with the law. But in line with the rules of natural justice, the governor will be given an opportunity to defend himself, to explain his conduct or misconduct today, but that shall be by way of summons. I think further to that, we had made a resolution that the Inspector General of Police should appear before this committee to explain why he has not arrested and produced the governor of Samburu, who has repeatedly defied invitations and summons of the Senate. We were made aware that the IG was out of the country in Japan. Clerks, can you confirm whether the IG is back, so that we have that meeting and we establish it as a matter of law, as a matter that is supported by the Constitution, that this Parliament has the power to request the IG to produce any witness that refuses to appear before it voluntarily. Clerk, do we have dates for the meeting with the IG?
The dates, the IG is back in the country now, so we are looking for dates to invite him.
Again, it should not be a matter of us pleading with the IG because he has a constitutional duty. In the case of Samburu, he acknowledged the power of Parliament to direct him to arrest a governor, because he wrote back and said, we give him a little bit more time to trace the governor. So if he responded in that tone, then we expect that he's going to comply with the legitimate directives of Parliament. And we need to bring him, if not this week, he must appear before us next week. Because if we allow this kind of habits or this kind of misbehavior to persist, then no governor will appear before this committee. I think in the last 1 week, we've been very kind with the governors. And so they might take that as a cue not to appear before this committee. So we shall impose the provisions of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, and we shall go the full hog, including asking the IG to arrest and produce governors, or asking the DPP to file, criminal proceedings, because some of these things, we are calling them contempt, but they are actually offences under the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act. So I think that is a directive of the committee. We feel for the Auditor General just the way we feel for ourselves, that we have made ourselves available, and yet the client is not here to respond to the issues raised. Unless there is any other business, we shall adjourn, and we meet again tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. The meeting is adjourned.